EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Northeast Invitational.
Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
It's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't. Rather new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
So the second of the par four goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
But a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close, and just a great shot.
Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker. Safely on deck.
Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
Getting set now over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Good par right there, Frank, and pretty good position on this leaderboard.
In that sort of top echelon of the game right now. It'll be interesting too. A birdie or two coming in, pad the position.
Good contact, good result. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it. That's an absolute beauty.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. And with that birdie, moves to third place. Frank, we've made it to the finishing hole. If you're having a good day, you stop and you reflect for just a moment. The beauty surrounding you, how well you've played. If it hasn't gone all that well, you're thinking about jumping on the Juniata Crossway Bridge off to the left and getting out of Dodge. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. Looks like it's heading for the bunker. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. It's a solid par right there, Frank.
He'll be moving to third place, inching his way to the top of the leaderboard.
Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
We're here at TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the action. And Frank, how does this course set up for the golfers out here today?
Well, Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they did a lot of changes a few years back to sort of open up some of the driving areas. Consequently, you see there's a little bit more of a reward for the longer hitters. Fairways aren't really as tight as what you'll see on some other golf courses. Long and straight certainly gives you a big advantage at TPC Boston.
This is host of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a tournament that is part of the FedEx Cup playoffs.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, the FedEx Cup playoffs have become so big, so important, and TPC Boston hosting one of those playoff events.
And a chance to get some momentum, too. You've just come off Barclays, so if you can start to string together a couple of good weeks in a row, you'll more than guarantee a start at the Tour Championship.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the First Tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Not terrible, but not his best.
An outside chance, really, for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. It just, you feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Action continues at the 7th. Been a steady performance so far early in this first round, but at some point, Frank, they need to take steady to spectacular.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Rich, and really sooner rather than later, that's for sure. But, yeah, steady becomes boring if it stays on for too long.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage. long and straight.
That's how you do it. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Thinking man's game, golf.
It certainly is.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Wiley golf instructor makes his birdie. On to the 8th hole, Frank. Nice par 3.
Yeah, this is where the accurate iron player will definitely get an advantage over the field.
This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. This is a good-looking shot. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum, all in his favor. That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good stroke right there. That's a par, and he stays at 1 under. Frank, I love a hot dog and a soda at the turn. How hard is it to take a giant bite out of this 9th hole? Looks tough.
It is. Everything sort of bends where those two bunkers are, and that was sort of 350 yards to get past that. And there's an annoying little bunker that's about 30 yards short of this green. So you have to be precise with both the first and the second shot. Oh, that had some meat behind it.
Frank, golf so often is a game of avoiding something. What do you want to stay away from here at the 9th?
You have to avoid that little pot bunker just short of this green. If the pin's at the back, it's fine. You can fly the ball into the middle of the green. But if the pin's on the front, just make sure you carry that little bunker.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Locked in on the read and the speed. Are you kidding me? He just missed that. I cannot believe that. That was such a short putt. This would give him the par. Has his par. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
So they'll tap in. Nice par to remain 1 under. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today we're located in La Quinta, California, getting set to take on this very challenging course. It's the stadium course at PGA West, designed by none other than the man behind TPC Sawgrass, Pete Dye. Diabolical, Frank. How would you describe the layout of the golf course?
I think diabolical is the first thing that would come to mind. This is how Pete Dye got his reputation, by building these type of golf courses. Matter of fact, in 1987, the players voted. They didn't want to keep coming back here. They thought it was too tough. But it has been used as a tour qualifying site. So if you think it's too tough for the regular pro, you imagine trying to qualify for your PGA Tour card and playing this is a tough test.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
Frank, is this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. That was not a very good read right there. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. In red figures at 1 under par. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Even par early on. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. Looking at 125 yards. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
These putts keep the round together. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. And so just getting started, even par so far. Frank, players had hybrids, some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third.
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right. Ah, nice.
Looks good. You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway. Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at the tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there, in 2000, it was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course happened on Alcatraz, 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to make his PGA Tour card, had a putt of about 3 feet. And I think he was playing with Craig Perks, who went on to win the Players' Championship. Joe Daly hits this putt. It hits the back of the hole, the liner in the hole, and popped out on the front lip. Never saw that before. It was amazing. And as luck would have it, Joe Daly missed his tour card by 1 shot.
That was as cruel a twist as I have ever seen in golf. Frank, this looks to be the kind of approach shot here at number 3 that a high-level professional would like to hit.
We don't see as many guys cut the ball as what we used to in the sort of Lee Trevino days. So really the modern-day player likes to hit the ball right to left, and this is a second shot that certainly suits that.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left, so it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
That was a solid strike and a good result.
Yeah, Rich, the reason why the best players enjoy stroke play so much is that every single shot's going to count, and you can't get away with anything in stroke play.
You have to manage your game, and you have to manage your emotions as well, because it can get away from you in a hurry.
Shouldn't be a problem here. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Still even par for the day.
Frank, we're not at the beach. We're in the California desert, but I'm staring at plenty of sand right here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving here. This is where somehow you do have to focus on exactly where they put the flag, and that's on the green stuff. Green is 36 paces deep. If you can just focus on that and don't let Pete Dye's sort of weirdness with all that snaking bunkers left and right, then just try and approach it as a straightforward par 3. I know it's easy to say, hard to do.
And again, another example in total command of his game. An approach shot within 10 feet. Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Takes care of business, 5 under par, from about 8 feet. Now at 1 under for the round.
Well, here we are at the first par 5 of the day, the 5th, 535 yards. Frank, break it down.
It's called double trouble. Reason why, there's the lake on the tee shot on the left side, and then he's reversed it up there on the second shot. He put the lake on the right.
Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, mistake-free golf. You hope he can keep it together. Possibility of a very special round here.
Yeah, the only real thing to worry about is not to get too far ahead of yourself. At the moment, the swing looks tremendous. And just keep the round ticking over, one hole at a time. I know it sounds like a cliche, but right now, he's exactly where he wants to be.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
A little bit of magic from here. The hole's not over.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Looks like he just misread that. Now the third shot at the par 5. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So makes the putt, and now at -6. Settles in over the putt. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3-6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You're right. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. It's at sneaky distance.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Stays at 1 under with that par, just for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there and you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
Oh, he's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
another one goes in.
So they'll tap in. On fire right now. 7 under par. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
I'm loving that balance.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron. That's right, a 3-iron on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect and the pace has matched it.
Moves to -8. Finishing out the front nine with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side. Well, this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
And that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th.
Oh, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just the tap in to finish the hole. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. He'll take par and move on. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Now the second shot here at 10. Good looking shot right here.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Ready to go now on the approach shot here at this par 4 10th.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Getting set now over the putt. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. So a tester from 4 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been.
Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards.
Oh, that had some meat behind it.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5-11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is, when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
These putts keep the round together. Now -10 for the round. Settles in over the putt. Now at 5 under for the round. Right now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
A couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter, but it requires a better shot.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
.11 feet away. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Good work right there, now to 6 under. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you'll just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of the screen, just taking a 3. Safely on deck.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. This will be a birdie if it drops. Great shot to get the birdie. Six under on the day. Fourteenth hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. Two options really. Poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play, 290, 300 yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge in.
That's in the fairway. Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Beautiful looking shot right here. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
And he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Frank, what are you thinking on this second shot here at 15?
Well, if mentally you could take out all that bunker complex on the left, this second shot would look extremely straightforward. And that's really the way you've got to play it. You've got to act like those bunkers aren't there on that left side. And therefore you can go straight at this flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. He'll need to be strong with this. Locked in on the read and the speed. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. And he makes it for par. He has this attempt for par. Good round going at 6 under. Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par 5s here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you mentioned, bends to the left. And that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters. 326 yards will get you past that. Otherwise, there's sort of a V shoot down the right side that everybody else has to respect.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Oh, I liked that.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. That's a bit offline in the rough. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Getting set now over the putt. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, there it is. They call it Alcatraz. Just sitting out there on the water, 168 yards away, Frank.
Well, speaking of water, that water looks so peaceful, doesn't it? It'd be a shame to spoil it with a splash.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. I mean, that's how the game is played. Right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
These putts keep the round together. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Just a little tap in here. That one drops for a birdie. Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards. But again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. It's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, You do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag manually 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh my gosh, that hurts.
Now, putt for par.
This would give him the par. And with that, ends the round with 66. 14 under on the day. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. We're here today at the PGA West Stadium course located in La Quinta, California. Frank, why is this golf course such a challenge?
There's really no bailout, Rich. You miss it left, there's trouble. Miss it right, there's trouble. If you don't get the distance right, you're going to find trouble. So it really is a point-to-point golf course.
Teeing off to start the round here at PGA West. This first hole is a 445-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through the first tee shot.
Only the longest hitters won't hit driver down here, Rich. 3-wood at that bunker if you are really, really long. Otherwise, sort of try and squeeze that driver down the left side. Shorten this hole up a little bit because it plays every inch of that 450 yards.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310. What a great shot.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, what's the player facing now with this approach shot here at the first?
Well, Rich, that tee shot looked like a draw off the tee. The second shot, because of that bunker just short right of that green, suits a cut coming in here.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Just 5 feet left. One under early in the round. And getting ready for the putt. In red figures at 1 under par.
Frank, this is a nice looking hole. Not long, only 371 yards, but challenging in its own way.
It is challenging. The best approach here really is a conservative tee shot to set up an aggressive second.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it.
I mean, just skill. And that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Shouldn't be a problem here. -2 for the day. This for birdie. To -2 early in the round. Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one good bunker will do. And the bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. That's about 285 yards to carry. It's the sort of bunker that keeps you honest. Oh, that's fine. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Second shot here at the third. Bunkers guarding the front left of this green.
A little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Shaky? Maybe put both hands on it.
That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Settles in over the putt. Has it going, 3 under for the round.
There's a birdie to get to 3 under. First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. This one's looking good.
Really This is an awkward length.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
This is a 9-footer. Four under on the day. These putts keep the round together. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Takes care of business. 5 under par. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 sixth. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You are right. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Has it for par. Stays at -5.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. It just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, you just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific. That's an absolute beauty.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker.
Frank, this is obviously a green light situation.
It is, because of the tee shot. A smart layup here gives you the chance to go straight at this flag.
Good-looking shot right here.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
On fire right now, 7 under par, and getting ready for the putt. In for par.
Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in the Kings of California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a three-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway.
Second shot.
Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. And setting up here in the rough.
Shots. Every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Getting set now over the putt. Now 8 under on the day. Frank, the par 4 ninth at 452 yards is all you want.
You could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the 9th. Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just a little tap in here. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
So, sizing up the approach shot here at the par 4 10th, what's a player trying to work out right now with their caddy?
Distance club selection is always the situation here when you have something to carry and something to stay short of.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Settles in over the putt. Good round going, -7. Oh boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West. 617 yards. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Not his best, but not his worst. It just got away a little bit to the right. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field. That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it. Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for Holy Cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Frank, Pete Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. That's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest field. Then you've got the longer second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Club has been pulled, ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th. Shouldn't be a problem here. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. And getting ready for the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realise it's a larger carry. It just sort of reeks of something that's hit to the front mid-right of this green.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Ten-foot putt left. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under.
Second shot.
Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. He'll need to be strong with this. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
In for par. Just 5 feet left. This to surrender, only one shot. Well in the red figures at 9 under for the round.
Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Excellent looking shot here. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. This has a good ring to it. Minus 14. Just a couple of feet. Good roll. Solid. That's a par.
Par 5 16th is a slight dog-leg left at 600 yards.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole.
Oh, that's fine.
Second from an excellent lie.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now his third, staring right at the green. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Not a gimme, but well within his range. 15 under for the day.
Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West.
Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. That would be a great look at birdie. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This from 7 feet. Drops for a birdie. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You're allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that. It's that sneaky distance.
So close. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Did the job right there.